Hey guys, it's getting to be planting season, and since I have to move a lot and I'm always trying to figure out what grows well at a new place, I buy a lot of flower seed mixes. So I'll show you guys some of those. Since I just rent, I don't want to spend too much money on plants, plus the property owners probably don't want permanent things growing, you know, when you leave. So like these flower seeds, you know, like this was $3.49. You get, I don't know how many different flowers in there, 10, 15 different flower seed mixes, I guess. And this one was $5.59. And, you know, there's probably, like I said, 10 or 15 different flowers in there. These are water-wise ones. These were $6.29. So it's a good way to just, you know, plant, you know, a bunch of stuff, and you can see what does well and what doesn't. What I found a lot of times is, like, out of all those, there might be, you know, 3 or 4 things that do pretty well and the rest not so much. Like these California bluebells. I live in California. I don't really remember ever seeing these, but I planted seeds last year and I could never get them to grow. I even tried planting them in my little greenhouse thing and still couldn't get those to grow. Now, something that does do well out here are nasturtiums, so I planted more of those this year. I got several different variety of those, and those cover a lot of ground and a lot of area. They'll climb up, you know, like your deck and stuff like that. I've got these mixed colored poppies, California poppies, although I can only ever get the orange ones to grow, it seems like. I've never gotten different color ones like that to grow. And this is something that was in one of the seed mixes before. It's called borage. And interesting thing about that, the leaves are supposed to be good for your lungs. And actually, I planted that, and they came, first plant I came up during the pandemic. So I thought, and when I realized it was good for your lungs, I started putting one of these leaves in my smoothie every morning. Another thing is you don't really know where certain plants will do well, so you just have to kind of experiment. My neighbor's motorcycle parked right outside my house there, but I'm looking out my kitchen window and I wanted some color here. I have, like, you know, bird feeder hanging on the fence there, and there's a bird bath, and also, like, out there I kind of made a little planting bed. I put a little plastic fence along there because the yard guys come once a month and cut the grass, and last year I planted some seeds there and they just came and hacked everything down, cut everything down. So that will kind of hopefully keep them away from it. So those are petunias, you can see there. Those were not seeds, those were some plants I bought at the store. But I don't know, there's trees above that, so I don't know if that stuff's going to do very good there or not. Like I said, you just have to try things and see what happens. I'll show you a few things outside real quick. This is my little deck. I just live in like a little cabin. I'm in Monterey, California. So as far as stuff I planted, that little planter there was empty, so I planted those dianthus in there last fall, and they're doing pretty good. It's mostly just grass, so kind of show you what I've got going here. Planted tomatoes along the fence. I have like 8 tomato plants. That's lemon balm right there. That just seems to grow wild out here. And then these little flowers here I bought at the store. Some of them are petunias and some of them are dianthus, like I have in the planter that I showed you across the way over there. And let's see, this is my veggie pod right here. This works pretty good. I've had this for I think 3 or 4 years now, and it works good for like starting plants. I'll just, you know, save these plastic containers and start stuff in there. It's kind of like a little greenhouse. I planted some nasturtiums in these, and it looks like I see one sprouting right there and one right there. So they planted those about a week ago. So actually last year I just left the nasturtiums growing in that little pot. It's just a little like salad container, and they did pretty well just on my deck in that little pot. So that's what I did. And I've moved this veggie pod, like I've had to move twice and move it, and you have to take all the dirt out. So there's roughly like about 400 pounds of dirt in there, I think. So what I did is put a barrel in the back of my pickup, and then I scooped the dirt out and put it in the barrel, like garbage can type of barrel. And then I put it all back in when I moved it, because this plastic thing slides out of there off the stand, you know, once the dirt's all out of it, and then that lid just snaps off. So the hardest part of moving it is taking all the dirt out and having to put it all back in there. I showed you guys that plastic fencing, this edging out my kitchen window on that little spot where I planted. And I also put some around my deck right here. I planted nasturtiums in there. Same thing last year. I tried planting seeds like around the deck right there, and the yard guys just like cut everything down. So this plastic fencing stuff hopefully will keep them from cutting all that down. And those nasturtiums, they kind of climb, so I'm thinking if they climb up the deck, that should look pretty nice. And I mentioned the borage that was in those in that seed packet. That's what it looks like. It's coming up just on its own right here, because I had a plant growing out here last year. So right there, those are borage plants coming up. Once you have it, once you plant those, they go to seed, and they just keep reseeding themselves every year. And actually, they're supposed to be good around tomato plants because they attract bees. So that's just a little bit of what I've been doing around my yard here. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.